Hi guys. So I'm making a live video because I want to be able to use my phone to make this video. So it's just a Q&A regarding to me about just being transgender or whatnot, because I have been getting a lot of questions on my page as well as my YouTube channel, like people commenting, why do you sound like a man and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, let's get into it. So I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Maria. I'm a transgender woman. Okay. To be able to be trans, you don't need to have any surgery or some sort. I don't know a lot about the actual oh my god, I lost my hair. I don't know a lot about, the different labels and whatnot. But I believe you don't have to be transgender. You don't have to be transgender. I mean, you don't have to have surgeries to be able to be a transgender woman. As for my position, I've never had any surgeries. I'm just on my hormone treatments. So, yeah, I don't have any surgery done or anything like that in my life. So, yeah, but I still consider myself as a transgender woman because I do live and see myself as a transgender person. Okay. So, a lot of people have asked me about, I'm just looking at the list of questions. A lot of people have questioned me about the terms that should be used for transgender person. Um, for me as a person, like as a trans girl, I would rather be called as trans or transgender. I don't accept the ladyboy term, female or transsexual, because for me, they don't sound anything that appeals to me. And I don't think they define me as who I am. Okay, so yes. And people have asked me, actually, let me just have a look these questions. I've got some questions from in Snapchat as well as some Instagram. Okay. Someone said, when did I first know I was trans? I knew since a very young age. I was about 6 years old. Since then, I've known that I was trans. Well, not trans, but I've known that I don't want to be a guy and I want to be a woman. I'm not sure if I should put this up, but I did put an age restriction in here. People say, do you watch porn? How do you feel trans women are represented in it? Only because that where most people get their idea of trans. The porn industry is a very, like, obviously it's a fantasy, it's delusional, and nothing on it is real. Like, even girls in it, like, that's not what a transgender represents. We're not all porn star. We're not all we don't all have fake tits. I mean, or fake ass or fake face, everything. Like, we're not um all about that. And with the industry of porn, they've ruined our kind of, like, I think they've ruined the name of transgender people, because, like, I get a lot of questions like, do you have a big dick? Like, do you still have your dick? And all that kind of stuff. It's very personal. But at the same time, that's all because of the porn industry, what they show, and obviously what you want to see. Let's fix my camera. So, yes. I don't. Do I watch porn? Yes, I do. I think everyone does watch porn, right? I think everyone watches porn, but I'm not going to tell you what porn I watch. Someone just asked me, what's the stupidest questions you ever had regarding to this topic? So basically, I think the person is asking about the Q&A. So I don't think any questions are stupid. People ask questions for a reason, and obviously because they don't know exactly what to say or what it is. So obviously people do ask questions. Yes, sometimes it does come across stupid, but it's not fair, because I think, there's no questions out there that are stupid at all. The other one is top or bottom. I'm not gonna answer that. That's too personal to be out there. Oh God. Okay. Okay. Let's move on to another one. If I can find some. I think some of them are on my Instagram. Okay, one of the questions I get asked is, what is it like being in a relationship with a transgender person? Yeah, someone asks, says, just check your story and want to ask how it's like to have a transgender girlfriend. Having a transgender girlfriend is very, I wouldn't say hard work, but you have to be a strong person and you have to have the same strength as the other person, because obviously as a transgender person we have gone through a lot of things in life, and if you're weak as fuck and um you can't deal with the society being, being against you, then I guess you can't live the life of a transgender boyfriend. Because I think for us girls, we've gone through so much in life to be in our place right now. And especially for me, like when I was younger, I was bullied so much. So, I come across very, very confident, very bossy. And that's because of how I was treated when I was young. Um, being bullied and all that kind of stuff made me feel really shit, but at the same time made me strong as a person. And that's where I am now. Um, to be honest, having a transgender girlfriend is no much of a difference, really. I guess it's not as like there's something special about us that a lot of biological women have never gone through, especially like our transition. We have to work so hard to get into our position right now, like I did. I worked so hard to make myself look somewhat feminine, um, which thankfully over time became a natural thing. I never had to go through any surgeries or any complicated things in life, which made my transition a lot better for me. And I know it's difficult for some people, but yeah, I mean, it's different for everybody. But yeah, honestly, I've only had two boyfriends, and I can't really say much. Maybe I should have asked them, what is it like having a girlfriend, or me? Them as like I've asked them what is it like dating me, and they were like saying, it's hard work and all this kind of stuff, and there's a lot of waiting. Waiting, I mean, like, there's a lot of waiting. Me trying to get ready takes me an hour or so, but I don't do that anymore. I don't get ready for 2 hours anymore. I just put my eyebrows on and lashes, and that's about it. Okay, one of my friends asked me this question. What is my opinion? Where is it? Oh, need to find it. What's your opinion on trans doing drag race, for example? Okay, if you don't want to answer that in the video. Um, this is Johnny, by the way, my best friend in life. To be honest, what's my opinion about trans people doing drag? I think drag is it's basically a makeup look, I think. It's something that we put on and put an act on. It doesn't define us as a person. It's like a career, you know. Jesus. You can be stripper or anything like that. It won't really matter. Like it doesn't matter if you're trans or whatever. But I don't think there's something wrong for somebody who's trans and wants to be a drag queen. Yeah, I mean, I applied for that drag race for the UK one just in case. Um, so someone asked me about my passport, how I was able to like, what was it like as what is it like changing your name and all that kind of stuff. Like people make it look so easy, but it's actually so much harder than it is. For someone who's very feminine, yes, I can say that because I know I see myself in the mirror every day. For someone who's very feminine and travels a lot in the past, you know, my passport was gendered as male. And just imagine the amount of people would look at me every time I showed them my passport. They would look at me twice just to make sure I'm not crazy or they're not crazy. So it's very important if you're transitioning like me. It's very important to get your passport changed because for me as a person, like that's the only way of me showing my identity, and it's very important. So I decided to change my name 2.5, 3 years ago, and that was in Ireland, and I had to wait for like 2 years for me to use Maria as my name legally on everything, even though in my passport says my old name, which I'm not gonna disclose. But yeah, so it was a hard work, but in the end of it, I was happy that I had a support from my family, my dad and mom, that supported me to go through the process and all sorts. So it was really good. A lot of people asked me as well, like, how was the journey on getting those name changed and everything. I mean, it's pretty good. Like, it's pretty easy. If you're in Ireland, it's easy to get it sorted. But if you're in the UK and you've got an Irish passport, then it might be a little bit difficult like I did. Um, so I got another question here. Dating trans. Okay, I've got that question already. I think what I need to I may want to make another video about this, but basically about like what is like how is it like to date a transgender person, or what's the things that you should do or shouldn't do. And this is just for my opinion. And obviously, if someone is asking me out, this is the only things that I would want them to do for me. But I will give you a brief question, so I'm not gonna get I'm gonna get into it. But I recently made like a list of things, for men, how to ask me out. And that's because a lot of men that ask me out, they tend to like get really nervous and intimidated, which I don't blame them for. I do look quite scary at times, and I know that's the only thing as well that why I hate about is because the way you look, people judge you differently. Um, so, thing is, all you need to do is literally like ask the person that you want to ask, just like a normal person would. Ask them out. Don't try and like send dick pics or trying to act like a cunt just so they'll get your attention. That's not gonna get the bitch attention. Like honestly, no one's gonna want to be out with you if you're gonna act like a kid or a dick. Like honestly, unless I guess that person likes that. I've learned that I do like being treated like a queen and all that kind of stuff because I am a queen. But yeah, I just feel like just be a gentleman. And sometimes us girls like to be old fashioned way, ask them out and everything, like for dinner, drink, pick them up, all these kind of stuff. It's pretty simple. It's not hard to ask someone out. And I know that sometimes it can be really nerve-wracking. Like for me, I never really asked a guy out before. I did ask a guy out before and I've been turned down. Just imagine how that feels, for someone who's never asked people out in her life. She get to ask this person and she's been turned down. So like sometimes you just gotta keep asking and asking until you get the yes answer, I guess. Never give up. Like honestly. I say that, but look at me now, giving up on dating. Um, what is it like dating as a transgender person? Mm, very difficult. So, being transgender person is a very difficult thing to be in the dating, like in the dating game. A lot of people, if I download Grinder, Tinder, Badu, any dating apps you can think of. Like Grinder is mostly for LGBT people, but a lot of the people over there are quite more like most of them are looking for sex. Some of them are just looking for hookups, and some are just gay people, which I love. I do love a good gay friend or whatever. I do have one indeed myself, but only one, not two or three. But yeah. So it's very difficult because all the questions you ask is a lot of it is quite personal. A lot of it's like people ask you all these questions about your genitalia. What do you have in between your legs? Like if you're asking someone out, I think you're not in that level yet. Like you haven't met the person, so you don't have the right to ask them what's between your legs, and then sometimes it's just frustrating because a lot of dating apps these days have just turned into these sex trafficking apps. Honestly, everyone is looking for sex. Everyone is looking for, I don't know, fuck buddy. Like I'm here trying to find a boyfriend. I don't want to get an STD. You know what I mean? Like, so people asked me like, "What are you looking for?" I said, "I'm looking for a boyfriend," and they were like, "Oh, okay, is that it?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like sometimes guys will try and try and try their hard to do it, and I know I may get a lot of hate from this, but I just feel like a lot of men out there these days, and especially in our generation, you watching this, it's pretty fucked up. Like there's no, I don't know, there's just no love out there anymore. I just feel like everyone is just a number. Like everyone is just a number. Like I've slept with that one, I've slept with this one, I slept with that one. It's just guys love to play around, and then when they fucking get like someone pregnant, and then they would hate women, and it's like, bitch, then you shouldn't be playing around. You shouldn't be fucking people all the time. This is what you get when you fuck people. You make babies. Like, duh, stupid. That's how reproduction of human being works. So if you don't want any commitment and if you don't want kids, then don't fuck around and blame women for being crazy because you have kids from them. But that's just my opinion, and you could hate me for it, but yeah. Um, okay, what do I think about people calling me exotic? First of all, exotic is something that you would say on a thing or an animal. I'm not a fucking fruit, okay? I'm not an endangered animal. I'm not from the forest. I'm not Tarzan or anything. So you shouldn't be calling someone exotic. I know a lot of my friends have said to me, especially like women in colors, like, oh, I love that exotic look. What the fuck are you talking about exotic look? You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't be calling people exotic. That's just mean. We're not fucking rambutan or I don't know, some fruits that you can just get in the Philippines or some sort in Asia or Amazon. Okay, and what else do I need to? So a lot of people ask me as well regarding with what is it like going out as a transgender person. Well, for me, as a transgender girl or person going out, it depends. Um, I used to live in Ireland in a really small town, and everyone knew my story. So every time I go out, I get bullied. Like literally, until this age of time, I still get bullied. You know, you'll always find those people around. But living in Bristol is so much easier to go out because no one knows me, no one who knows who I am. And well, I would say no one knows me, and then someone else have recognized who I was. But like no one really knows my business so much. Which I don't really mind. Like I think, sometimes you just gotta be good at like not keeping secrets, but you just gotta keep it professional, not to like don't I don't know. I tend to not really talk to a lot of people. I don't tend to tell people my businesses if I'm out. And if I ever meet someone or I bump into somebody that I know, then I'll probably say it. But going out as trans is pretty fine for me. A lot of people don't actually even know that I'm trans when I'm out, or people don't actually even see me as a transgender person. Which sometimes got a downfall of it. Like for me as myself, I would love to be. Sometimes I would like it when if someone is like notice me in a way that it's really hard to explain. Obviously, you don't want someone to just come up to you and it's like you're trans. Like, obviously, that's the worst way of doing it. But if someone, I don't know, if a guy comes over and, like, had the courage to talk to you, I don't know, that'd be amazing. But I turn down every guy that comes over to me. So, because I'm scared. Like, I'm scared that, they'll react if they find that I'm trans or all that kind of stuff. I mean, even though sometimes a lot of them would probably be okay about it, but it's not the fact that they'll be okay about it. It's more like, okay, if you're coming over here, you shouldn't have the balls to talk to me about my personal life, because I've had moments where people ask me questions about, even without knowing who I am. Like, they ask me all these personal questions about me being trans and all that without actually me knowing them at all. Obviously, I'm not just gonna, as I said, I'm not just gonna share people my stuff. And I know I'm sharing this for all of you guys, but like, this is just like my way of kind of opening up. Because a lot of people, obviously, I've actually never made an instruction video on this one. If you guys want me to do that, I'll do that. I'll come up with something. But it's just I've been getting a lot of comments below that I've deleted in the past, because a lot of them quite rude. They're like, why do you sound like a man and all that kind of stuff. Come on, it's 2020. Women have Adam's apple. And I don't know, fucking no one's, not everyone's voice are like Mickey Mouse. Someone have deeper voice than others. But anywho, in ending this video with a good note, I just feel like, sometimes we just gotta accept each other's and support each other's, and I don't know, not bring people down too much. But yeah, if you're a guy watching this video, ask the girl out. Don't be don't be shy. Like, you're not gonna lose anything. Like, you got nothing to lose, honestly. Ask the girl out. If you really want to, ask her out. She's probably just waiting for you, you know. But for the guys that didn't know about this video, if you guys have any questions below, you can Instagram me or email me or whatever. I would be happy to answer that and put it on my next Q&A video or whatever. But yeah, and I just wish you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope there's more questions in the future so I can answer it more. Goodbye, and thank you for watching.